What are the phases that a mixed couple face?
Well, we could actually say that very similarly to the ones that a non-mixed couple would face.
That's it. That's right.
But with additional difficulties and with also specific characteristics that we cannot just jump over or take as irrelevant. So I would like to suggest 3 phases, and you can actually compare them through multiple lenses. You can compare them through the lens of acculturation, how you get used to a new culture, because a mixed couple will have to get used to either the culture of their partner, or if they come together to another country, they will have to also adapt to the culture that they move to. That's one way of looking at it. Another way is looking at different stages, as for example, imago therapy suggests, which you go through one, which is like the falling in love phase. And this one, your chemistry is high in your body, you're very focused. It basically is described like as you cannot take the person off your mind, almost like an obsession with the other person. It just fills your time. You have this excitement, there is this novelty, there is this unknown, this mystery. And in the mystery, and trying to figure out that mystery, there can be a very strong sense of attraction. But once that phase fades off, then you need to go into another phase, which is the phase of really becoming attached to another person and choosing if you're going to actually go from what you could also understand culturally speaking, tourist mode, to actually saying, can I live with this, right? And if we think about tourist mode can actually say, oh, you know what? I love the food. I love the language. I love the different cultural habits, cultural norms. But there comes a moment where there is actually a clash with your own norms, with your own set of values. And usually culture is implicit, meaning you're not aware of it. For you, it's just normal. It's familiar. It's what you're used to. It actually becomes evident once it actually clashes with another culture, with that one of your partner, or if you are in a neutral place that is dissimilar culture to both for you, or a different country for that matter, then you will have to face the challenges that country poses for you. So nowadays in society, naming the relationship is already maybe a problem, like, am I going to commit? What are we going to call this? Well, imagine then for a mixed couple, the challenge is much higher. If you say we are together, what are the challenges that you're going to need to face then? Well, you'll have to deal with, can I live with these cultural differences? Can I adapt? Can I give up? With mixed couples, when it comes to making concessions, when it comes to reaching mutual agreements, there is a lot more at stake, and it's a lot more costly. So you'll possibly have to give up things if you choose to be in this couple dynamic. And the thing is, in this first phase of the falling in love, sometimes the only thing that a couple has in common is their mutual passion. So imagine once that mutual passion fades off, and you suddenly face with that what was attractive, new, and unknown becomes more known, and you're like, I might like this particular dish, but would I like it every day?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Wow, I love learning a new language. Yes, but I find it quite difficult to communicate. And once it comes to conflict, I much rather tell you off in my own known language, because that's something I see in therapy too.
Yeah.
Like sometimes there is a partner who is at disadvantage. I see people with different levels of English for that matter. And sometimes if they speak Spanish, they get the chance to say, I get the chance to say, hey, you know what? Why don't you just say it in the language that is easiest for you? Because maybe it just comes out smoother, and I can take whatever is most important from what you just said and tell the other partner.
That's it, because normally, or almost not normally, but maybe always, you are more comfortable in your own language, in your mother language. So that's why if you have a problem, you want to solve that problem in your mother language.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
that's completely understandable. But the problem is when the other person doesn't speak that language. So maybe you cannot express yourself as good as you would in your mother language.
Exactly. And if you think about even specific languages, that they have a specific tone to it. Maybe some are more enthusiastic, others are more reserved. So even in speaking the language, you might find that the way that you express it is even maybe inhibited to what you would usually say in your own language.